I'm starting to hear some fussing in the state of Georgia about homeowner association dues going up really quite significantly. So I'd like to talk about that. I would assume that early in the year is when they start to change the assessments or whatever the assessments are. But give me your feedback on this.
Cleve, well, you hit the nail on the head about when they change. All those organizations, they set an annual budget,
Yep.
and almost all of them use a calendar year as their fiscal year.
Okay.
So they pay the same amount. If they're a condominium or a townhome, they pay the same amount every month. If they're a single family home association, they might make one big payment in January or February, or they might pay quarterly maybe, but most HOAs don't pay monthly. So they only see their budget change when the board sets a new budget and puts it into effect in January. That's why you're hearing the grousing now. They all got bills in December, or they're getting them this month, and they're going up. And in some cases, they're going up a lot. They're going up 25%. And people are shocked, and they want to know why. Why is this happening?
Yeah, and so even if invoices had been increasing throughout 2022, in many cases they don't really have a mechanism for fixing that. So I'm guessing that's what you're saying, which means
that's exactly what the problem is.
And so if I'm just making this up, but let's just say you had an association where the dues were, let's call it $200 a month. It could be that they really only need to go up $20 a month to solve the forward-going pricing problem. But the issue is they've got a deficit from the past that they have to make up, kind of like an escrow account on the mortgage. Is that correct?
Well, there's a double whammy, actually. You've got the issue you just laid out, but you've also got the issue of the board sets a budget for the following year, and they generally do that in August, September, October timeframe.
Yep.
That budget reflects increases that the board learned about during the course of the year.
Right.
The landscapers charges more, the insurance charges more, okay? So they have to put that into the budget, and then they also have to be looking forward and saying, well, we haven't seen our insurance yet, or we haven't seen our water bills yet, and they're going to be more next year too. So they're catching up for last year's increases, and they're planning for next year's increases, and it's all hitting in January.
What advice would you have, Michael, not for a board, but for a homeowner, a member of an association? What advice would you give them to be able to look in to see, hey, is this something we've got to do no matter what? Meaning, if I was on the board, I'd have to make the same decision. Do you have any recommendations?
Well, I can almost guarantee you, when they're not involved, when the homeowner's not involved, they do not really understand the dynamics of what's going on. There's a few things homeowners can do, okay? They can get involved in their neighborhood, and they should be getting involved, okay?
Yeah.
They should find out when their community board holds their board meetings.
Okay.
Typically, they're monthly, they might be quarterly, and they should ask to attend them, or at a minimum, they should ask for the minutes from the meeting and keep track of what's going on. All associations produce financial reports, profit and loss statement, a balance sheet every month. They're absolutely entitled to see those financial statements, and they can see what's going on. If they're reading the board minutes and there was a big landscape increase cost in August, it was in the minutes, and it's going to show up in the budget in January, and they'll know it's coming at least. Their expectations should be set properly. Dues assessments, they should go up every year some amount. And when I see associations that don't increase their assessments year after year after year, all they're doing is they're just delaying the inevitable.
Kicking the can down the road.
Sooner or later, instead of $5 a month, it's going to be $50 a month because they put it off.